I have a question of you. You may want to stop a moment, and if you got a pencil, you could write this down. I want to ask you a question. And the question is this. What were you doing when you were 30 years old? Where were you? What were you doing? Were you married? Were you still single? Did you have a family? Where did you live? What kind of work did you do? Were you going to school? Were you out of school? What were you doing in your spare time? 30 years. Do you know what year that was? For me, it was 1968. Now, each one of you have got this, and the reason why I'm asking this question is because Jesus started his ministry when he was 30 years old. So it gives maybe a perspective on what you have lived back when you were 30. Okay? And then what were you doing those 3 years from 30 to 33? And can you imagine that Jesus, in those 3 years, had turned the world upside down? He was so bent on achieving what he wanted to tell people that he spent his life in those 3 years trying to build a following, to teach his disciples what it meant to live life. And we too want to learn from that. What did he do in those 3 years? How did he achieve what he achieved? It's always a question of, I don't want to say wonderment, okay? But it's been this kind of thing of thinking, how could he do what he did in those 3 years? And achieve knowing that he changed the world. Now, the reason why I'm bringing that up is I believe that Jesus was on a mission. Philip questioned that. And he said, I'm here so others know the Father. And therefore, not only do you know the Father through me, but you can see what the Father believes and does by what I do. And the funny thing about it is, he knows, Jesus said, and this is, I suppose, the thing that always sparked my curiosity and really, I think, is somewhat offensive. He says, you can do what I do, and you're going to do more than what I do, and you're going to do a lot more of it, and you're going to do it better than I did. So he set an example in his life, focused on looking at where he was going. And so on this first day of this new year, 2017, I'm asking you to begin to think about what your focus is for this next year. What are you focused on? Now, I didn't say, and I'm going to suggest, and a lot of experts say, goals, okay, and resolutions don't work. So what does? It has to do with, I believe, another way of thinking about what it is that allows you to move forward in freedom and creativity. The focus is, what do you intend to do this next year? What is it that you are going to focus on? What is it that you're going to move towards? Because you've decided that 2017 is going to be the year of what for me? Now, I don't have an answer. You may focus on your health. You may focus on your family. You may focus on service. You may focus on caring for others. You may focus on the congregation. You may focus on becoming more knowledgeable in certain areas. You may focus on wanting to get outside the box that you're in. You see, one of the things I know is in order to get outside that box that we're comfortable in, we have to be able to move in directions, that we are not comfortable with. And in order to do that in such a way not to beat anybody up. Because you see, we have a tendency to judge. And Jesus was not judging. He's loving. So therefore, the question is, what do you intend? I intend to do what this next year? Now, this can be as individuals. If you have a family, you can do it as a family. Our family intends to do what? Our congregation intends to do what this next year? And that needs to be verbalized, objectified, in the sense of just giving a direction. You see, I'm talking about intentions. Have any of you ever read the book by Wayne Dwyer on intentions? Anyone? I'd suggest that may be something to do this next year, is to read that book. Okay? Because it opened my eyes and allowed me to move forward with grace and love about what it is I'm doing. Okay? Therefore, what I suggest to you, in order for you to move forward in this next year for you, that you focus like that. Now, the reason why I'm asking you to do that is so that you don't get distracted. Distractions is what will bring down your spirit. Will lose your way. You see, I believe that 2017 is going to be a hell of a year. Pardon my French. I'm going to say, don't watch the news. Okay? And I know some of it you can't get away from. But let me share with you, I think that we're going to have a lot of changing times. Back in the 60s, some of you are still wet between the ears. There was a song saying, "These times they are a-changing." That song you could sing every year. These times they are changing. And I don't know what that means, and I don't know where it's going, but only thing I know is that I have to deal with me. I cannot deal with anyone else. And if I stay on my path of what I am focused on, giving and loving other people, working towards maintaining my health, okay? Maintaining what needs to be done, then any of this other stuff will pass away. The secret to longevity is not focus on longevity. The secret is that you focus on your intention, what it is that you intend. When I was 60 years old, I decided my intention was I'm going to live to be 120. Now, I don't know what the heck that means then. Still don't know what it means. But I do know that means I have to take care of myself. I have to be in charge of what I do, what I eat, how I or don't eat. You see, in order to achieve anything, you have to have that kind of focus. And it's broad. it's not like saying, well, I'm going to stop eating 100 calories a day. Whoopee. Okay? Or I'm not going to, I'm going to give up sweets or pop. Or I'm going to give up soap operas. I'm not sure whatever that might be. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying there's some direction to which you're going, and that focus and that intention is what's going to keep you alive in troubled times. That's how you're going to find your way through 2017. And I believe that every one of you whose faith I can see and feel today, you will have one glorious time winning your intentions. It's amazing how time passes. And I suppose one of the things I woke up one day and said to myself, you're not really doing much with your life. I had to refocus, redecide what I was going to do. Was I bad? No. Was I sin? No. I just got to get back on track. And what is your track? Where is it going to? What is it that you're moving towards that you desire? That you choose in freedom? That you choose in the love that Jesus believed in you? That's what you have to decide. Now, Wayne Dwyer, in his book, had these intentions. My intention is to respect myself at all times. My intention is to live my life on purpose. My intention is to be authentic and peaceful to all people. My intention is to feel successful and attract abundance in my life. My intention is to live. I got to read my handwriting. Okay? A free and tranquil life. My intention is to attract people into my life. My intention is optimize my capacity to heal and be healed. Those are some things that maybe for you to think about. What are your intentions? And I suggest that what you may want to do, if you are willing to, before this day is out, is to write down on a piece of paper, when you have 10 minutes to 15 minutes, write it down. It says, my intention for 2017 for my life is... and sign your name to it. Tuck it away. Or put it someplace where you can see it, to hold yourself up against that which you've decided. So I'm suggesting today is the first day of the rest of your life, of 2017. And be happy and be glad. Here endeth this morning's lesson.